Hey, this is Luke Gordon, physical therapist with Gordon Physical Therapy. And if you've recently had an injury and you think you've had a concussion, I wanted to share with you the major signs and symptoms of a concussion that'll help you decide if you indeed do have one and if you need to seek treatment. So I'm going to be going down my list here. I've got kind of a whole list of the top 5 symptoms that are indicative of having a concussion. And then there's 2 sub kind of categories as well. So as I'm going through, just kind of listen and pay attention and make some notes about if these are applying to you in your situation. So again, if you have like a recent sports injury or a car accident or a fall, something where you struck your head and you feel like maybe you're having some of these concussive type symptoms, this should help you clarify that. So the first category that we look at for people with concussions is just under the category of anxiety and mood. So there's several things that can fall under that. You could be feeling things like more sad, angry, just stress in general. So stress and anxiety kind of as a general category that you weren't having before your injury. And then, or you could just be feeling like, later in the day, you just can't turn the brain off. Like the brain is just kind of running. So that's kind of the first category that we look at with kind of our clinical profile screening tool that we use, is just under the anxiety and mood category. The second category then is cognitive or fatigue. So when we think of cognition, we think of just brain power. Are you able to find words? Are you having a hard time with word finding? Short-term memory, is that gotten more difficult since your injury? That could be indicative of a concussion as well. Or just feeling really fatigued when normally you wouldn't feel fatigued earlier in the afternoon than late at night. So that's the second thing that you want to look at for possibly having a concussion. The third one then is migraine headaches. So if you're not used to having migraines and now you're having them, that's a major one. So migraines, you're looking at things like being sensitive to noise and light when you weren't that way before, visual auras, and then also just waking up with headaches or having increased headaches with activity, whereas again, you didn't have that before the injury or the incident. So that's number 3, migraines. Number 4, the category we're looking at is ocular. Ocular referring to your eyes. So difficulty reading, difficulty focusing on things, even just in the distance or right in front of you. Tired eyes, feeling like kind of pressure and fatigue right behind the eyes here, and then blurry vision. So those are all different ocular or eye signs that you may have had a concussion. Number 5 then of the kind of the first 5 here is vestibular. Vestibular refers to your inner ear. So you could have things like dizziness and vertigo, which I've got a lot of videos on that maybe you've seen. But dizziness and vertigo definitely can be indicative of migraines, motion sickness, especially if you're in a busy environment. So you're out shopping at the mall or at Home Depot or Costco or Walmart or whatever. The visual stimulation, excuse me, making up words here. If it's just too much for you and causing headaches or just causing you to feel very fatigued or drowsy, that could be signs and symptoms of a migraine, or excuse me, of a concussion. Thank you. So those are the top 5. The other kind of 2 categories that we look at, kind of subcategories when we're looking at screening folks for concussion, the next one is sleep. So difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, so sleep disturbances. But then the other end of the spectrum, some people after a migraine are sleeping too much. They feel like they could just sleep all day. So that's also a potential symptom of a migraine. Last one is your neck. So especially say you had a fall or a car accident or you were hit, in a sport, you could have a lot of pain and stiffness in your neck. So that is the last one. So quick recap of all those. The first 5 were anxiety and mood changes, cognitive or fatigue changes, migraine headaches, ocular, so your eyes, and then vestibular, inner ear, dizziness, vertigo. And then the last 2 were sleep disturbances and neck pain and stiffness. So I hope those help you kind of figure out if you do have potentially a concussion. Obviously, if you live in our area here in Spokane Valley, Washington, or anywhere nearby, we'd be happy to help you treat that or just help you figure out if you do have that, and then we can help you with all those different symptoms. I'm going to make another video next, which I'll link to this one, about just how we actually treat it. What are the 5 treatment areas that we really focus on to treat all of those different types of symptoms? So again, if we can help you and live in our area, please come by, fill out one of our forms, visit the website, which I'll put a link to in this video. Unless you're already there, then you already know how to find us. And if not, I hope this just helps you figure out if you have had a concussion, and hopefully you can find a good provider in your area. Again, my name is Luke Gordon with Gordon Physical Therapy. Thanks for watching.